Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. We are your hosts, Vidas Pinkevičius
and Aušra Pinkevičienė.
We've been mastering secrets of organ playing for more than 20 years and sharing them on this blog since 2011.
On this show, which we create from our home in Vilnius, Lithuania, we strive to help you grow in every area of organ playing, including practice, technique, repertoire, sight reading, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory, harmony, and many others.
Our hope is to help you become a complete musician, or what we call as total organist, a program which we have created to help you reach your dreams faster than you would do on your own.
If you are new here, we invite you to subscribe to receive free updates of this blog at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video how to master any organ composition and 10-day organ playing mini course.
And now let's go to the podcast for today. Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Aušra.
Let's start episode 415 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by Jeremy, and he writes, played for church this morning, Krebs E minor prelude and fugue for prelude, accompanied a handbell piece on the organ, and ended with Piece Heroique of Franck. I should say Piece Heroique of Franck in French. Standard hymns and some piano playing in there as well. I did improvise a bit today during the passing of the piece. Played through a hymn, then tried to improvise a canon between the soprano and tenor over a pedal tone, while keeping the alto the same. I thought it worked pretty well. So Jeremy is not only transcribing our fingering and pedaling videos, but he's on the list of total organist students. And at the end of each day, I asked them how their day went and what did they do. So Jeremy wrote this answer to us, Aušra.
Very nice, I think. No, I feel sorry that I couldn't listen, and to attend the service, because everything sounds very nice, organized. And
if he ended the church service with the Piece Heroique by Franck, it should have been like a small recital.
I know, you could feel yourself like, being in Paris.
Mm-hmm. Remember when we visited Jean Bidian and his wife there a few summers ago? We went to Saint-Sulpice, I think, on one Sunday, and at the end of the mass they have a short recital there.
Yes, it was wonderful.
And guest recitalist played there.
And too bad that we could not go upstairs, to the organ to congratulate her, because now there is a policy in France and in Paris in particular, because of the terrorist attacks. We not allow people to go next to the organ after recital.
Yeah, at that time security alert was elevated.
I think it's always like that in Paris nowadays.
So anyway, it was really nice hearing, I think, Dutch organist Christa van Wyk.
Yes, I think she was Dutch, yes.
Playing B minor chorale by Franck.
Yes, my favorite piece.
What else did she play? Maybe a slow movement of Bach's E minor trio sonata?
Franck was what stuck with me, so I don't recall other pieces.
Is that the reason why you practiced Franck today?
Well, no, not because of that. Because I need to repeat this piece.
Yeah, I need to play more Franck too, and I think I will. soon.
Do you like Piece Heroique?
It's very compact, very beautifully worked out, well thought, and for people who, for example, haven't played large-scale works like Pièce Symphonique or the chorales, that might be a good starting point, or one of the easier pieces, I would say.
Yes, but although it's not as hard to learn this piece, but it sounds like a
Heroic.
truly heroic piece, and while listening to it, you could not tell that it's an easier piece.
No.
Well, I don't think that any of Franck pieces of his big organ works are very easy. But of course, there is a big difference in between, of his levels of difficulties of his music. For example, today when I, played B minor chorale, I just side read a little bit from the A minor chorale, which I also have played, many years ago, and it's at least 3 times easier comparing to the B minor chorale.
Even though the third chorale is the last one.
Sure. But if you have quite good piano technique, then it's very easy. Because it doesn't have so much thick texture, it's more playful, very few pedals.
I think our friend and colleague Paulius Grigonis wants to play some Franck, and he was thinking about A minor chorale. Do you think he would manage it?
I don't know how good is his piano technique. Because you need to have piano technique in order to play this chorale well. Otherwise, it might sound sloppy. Or you might not, play it up to tempo. Because out of all these 3 chorales, the A minor is the fastest.
True. And Jeremy played the handbell piece accompaniment on the organ. Do you like handbells?
Very much. This was the only time when I, encountered them in my life. It was in the States. Before that, I even didn't know that such thing exists as a handbell choir. And remember once we had even to perform, because our church was short on handbell choir members, so they asked us to play. And we did.
That was for Easter, I think.
Yes. And we had special gloves and various bells. It was fun.
Wonderful. And I remember that I also played some percussion instrument. Right?
Really?
Right, at that time.
What an honor. You can put it on your CV.
Right. So Jeremy just mentioned that he improvised him making a canon between soprano and tenor over a pedal tone while keeping the alto the same. What do you understand from this, keeping the alto the same stationary note, or playing the same melody from the hymnal in the alto part?
I'm not quite sure. It might be either way, I think. But anyway, it sounds very interesting,
And sounds difficult.
Sure, it sounds truly difficult. Because, when you start to explore some polyphonic techniques, as canon, for example, it makes the whole difference. It's not like just playing, plain chords with some figurations.
The easiest canon that beginners could start learning is the one that Franck uses so often. In one hand you play, let's say, a moving melody, and you stop. And when you stop, you repeat the same thing an octave lower, for example, with the left hand. and then stop again with the left hand, and then start to move at the same time with the right hand. Basically, hands move interchangeably, not at the same time. And then you don't have to think about two things all the time.
I think he uses this technique in his L'Organist collection.
Yeah, that's the easier one to start with, thinking polyphonically. You don't have to think about intervals, about what kind of allowed intervals are there, because in Renaissance times they have these very strict rules. Which type of intervals produce which type of canons, and I'm sure Franck knew that, but for beginner purposes I don't think it matters. You can create a canon quite easily while following his model, basically playing movement between the hands interchangeably.
True.
And it would sound actually convincing. It wouldn't sound very easy.
That's right.
So, we hope this was useful to you guys. Explore your different techniques that Jeremy uses and others might suggest. We hope this was useful to you, and please send us more of your questions. We love helping you grow. And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.
This blog is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online, where you will find courses for every area of organ playing, including technique, practice, sight reading, repertoire playing, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory and harmony, with hundreds of scores and thousands of exercises. Here is what some of the students are saying.
Hugh writes, "The sight reading course has helped me tremendously. Thank you very much for your SS courses and all your help."
Robert writes, "I found the fingerings, registration ideas and general comments to be excellent."
John writes, "I have found your download very helpful. It was really excellent. I have watched some of your teaching videos, and when I read your instructions, I tried to imagine you were teaching me. You may feel disappointed that I am 2-3 days behind, but I am a slow learner, and I have committed to taking the time to get it right, as you say. But the other night my wife commented that she had never heard me play such a detailed melody in the left hand so well. My left hand is generally poor."
Robert writes, "It has been a great pleasure in my life of having discovered your courses and material, as well as the YouTube work of recordings. You have a calm and pleasant way of teaching."
Ron writes, "Hi Vidas and Ausra, thank you guys. What a wonderful response to my email note to you. You've got me right, and I feel you understand my level of playing. Yes, at home, and lucky that I have an organ for that reason. I am paying attention to this, and I am going to try this no longer secret model. Yes, and I love César Franck too. What is very nice about your blog podcast is that Ausra and Vidas are like a Socratic dialogue, and by bouncing things off of each other, so much more information comes out and is expressed. Your comments contain a wealth of information and understanding. I really appreciate this. It is very inspiring and will keep us moving forward."
Would you like to receive the same or even better results that our students are getting? If so, join them at organduo.lt/total-organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to receive free updates of this blog, make sure you do that at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video, how to master any organ composition, and 10-day organ playing mini course.
This was Vidas
and Ausra from Secrets of Organ Playing.
And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.